I'm going to start off with a FreeBSD 13.2 system. I'm then going to do a minor update to 13.3 release. Once we've done the 13.3 release, I'm going to do a major upgrade to 14.0. Now, there's no need to... 14.1 is out as of the 5th of May. It was released yesterday. So you don't need to go to 14.0. You can go to 14.1. There are some difference between doing a minor update and a major upgrade, but I'm going to do 13.2 to 13.3 to 13.3 to 14 to show the differences between them, and then I'm going to do 14 to 14.1, which is a minor update. As I say, you can skip straight from 13.2 to 14.1. This video is about how to upgrade FreeBSD and your packages, so that's what I want to do, and I want you to get your head around it. If you're going to start skipping around, there will be some, I will put timestamps below so you can skip between the videos. If you're doing it, I'd suggest you watch the video all the way through if you're not familiar with updating FreeBSD and the packages. There is quite a few things that you should need to know, especially when you're going between major versions. So the minor versions are quite easy. The major versions, there's just a little bit more. So we're going to walk through that now.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
I'm going to leave a link to the FreeBSD manual in the description. Now, what I'm going through here is basically the same as this manual. It always helps to have a video, especially if you've never done it before, to know what to expect. But I'll leave a link to this. It's got all the commands that you need to do, so you can go through this and use the video at the same time. So there will be a forum post about this video, so if you get any questions, please ask them in the forum, not on the YouTube comments. They're kind of hard to do, and if you put them in the forum, at least other people can help and get involved if there's a problem. So let's just dive right in and start doing the upgrade. So this is a fresh install of a FreeBSD 13.2 system. So we're going to go through upgrading the system and upgrading the packages and things. So this is 13.2. So if we wanted to install some packages, the first thing we need to do is to update the packages. So do package update. So packages, package manager, and want to update it. It's not installed because it's a fresh installation, so we'll go ahead and install it. Okay, so now that's up to date. If we want to install software on FreeBSD, we can do package search, I don't know, NeoVim for example. And to install it, just package install NeoVim. Let's install some other stuff. So, say if we wanted to install Nginx, let's do that. Package install. We'll install PHP 82. And the extensions for it. Okay, so that's basically how you install packages. Now, if you wanted to delete a package, you could do package delete NeoVim, for example, and that will remove it. Now, you'll notice when we installed it, it had a lot more dependencies in that are no longer needed. So in order to remove them, we can do package auto remove. And those are the dependencies that was installed with it, so we can remove them as in no longer needed. I'm going to put it back in because I like NeoVim. Okay, so we've got our FreeBSD system and we've got some packages installed. Now on FreeBSD, there's two types of package trees. There's quarterly and there's latest. So the quarterly is the more stable version of the packages, and the latest, well, is the latest and greatest features. So if we want to switch to latest, because by default FreeBSD uses the quarterly stable version of the packages, we can do that by the default package configuration file is in etc package FreeBSD, and we can literally just change this line to quarterly, but I'm not going to do that. We'll do it a different way, more recommended way. So the package, make the -p for, and then I want user, local, etc. package repos. So in FreeBSD, system files are normally saved in / etc. And third-party configuration files and things are stored in user, local, etc. Which saves overwriting files and things when we're doing a system update. So I'm going to copy that file into that location. So package FreeBSD, put in user, local, etc. package repos. So now we've copied that file. I'm going to edit it. In fact, it's up there, so I'll just press back. No, it's not. User, local, etc. package repos and FreeBSD.conf. And now we can change this line just to read the latest. And that's all we need to do to switch over to the latest package repository, but we need to update as well. So we do package update. And you can see it says repository has wrong package site, needs to recreate database. So it's just recreating the package database because we've changed it. And then if we need to update it, we can do package update, package upgrade, sorry. And now, even though we just installed PHP, you can see that it's got 8.2.18 installed from the quarterly, but the latest is 8.2.19 on FreeBSD, so we're going to do the upgrade that way. Now, one thing to note when you're upgrading things is it will show a list of packages to be uninstalled, packages to be upgraded, and packages to be reinstalled. So just take note of the uninstalled. For example, if you was trying to do that from PHP 7.4 and you've not updated your system for a while and then you try to run the upgrade, it'll remove PHP 7.4 because it's no longer in the package tree, so you need to be aware of things like that. Anyway, so that's how we update the packages to the latest versions and install software. So the next thing that I want to do, as I say, this is on FreeBSD 13.2 release, and FreeBSD 13.3 is available. 14 is also available, and 14.1. FreeBSD update fetch will just update the system to the latest patch for 13.2 release. So you see, to get to the next patch level, the system needs to fetch 124 patches. So you can see at the top here we've got 13.2 release, and I'll show you in a second the patch level and how that works. As new patches come out for 13.2, obviously just run FreeBSD update to update it to the latest patches for the current release that you're on, so 13.2 in this state. So when that comes up, we can press Q. Now we're getting the warning. FreeBSD 13.2 is approaching its end of life date, and it's recommended that you update to a new version within the next 3 weeks. Okay. So that's put us on the latest 13.2. But what if I want to go to 13.3? So I'll do FreeBSD update. Oh, sorry. I need to install it. FreeBSD update, install that first. So it's going to install the updates. Sorry, I nearly missed that step. Okay, so we don't need to reboot in this case. So let's go ahead and do the update to FreeBSD 13.3. So I'm going to do FreeBSD update, tac R for release, and I want 13.3-release. Sorry, FreeBSD update -R. So I want upgrade, you need to give it the command -R and then the release that you want to upgrade to. So it's telling you what components you had installed, which looks fine because that is what I installed when we installed the system. So yes, it does look reasonable. So now it's just fetching the files for 13.3 release. And we can see where it's getting them from, update1.freebsd.org. And again, it does the inspecting system, so it can see what files and need patching. You can see it's fetching 10,000 patches to update the system from 13.2 to 13.3. So going from 13.2 to 13.3 is considered a minor update. And going from 13.3 to either 14.0 or 14.1 would be considered as a major update, because they're major release versions, they're not point versions. We don't need to go to 14.0 and then to 14.1. We can go straight from 13.3 to 14.1. We could have gone from 13.2 to 14.1, but I wanted to just explain how to do the minor updates as well. It's the same as doing a major one, but during a major update, you're likely to get more questions on the system files that have changed. Okay, so because it's a major update, there's some files that we need to manually resolve conflicts with. So press enter to edit this file. Now you can change the default editor from VI. I'll show you how to do that toward the end of the video. There will be timestamps below if you want to skip that and come back. So we'll press enter and we'll go into the file. So you can see current version where we've got these less than symbols. So the current version is this and the new version is this. So what I'm going to do is delete that line up to there. So I'm keeping the original root. I'm just going to do quit. And yep, that's fine. And most of the changes it can merge itself. Obviously it couldn't merge the root ones then because of the password differences. So the following files are going to be removed, so we can just press quit. And now we need to do a FreeBSD update install to install these updates. So you can see it's creating a snapshot of the existing boot environment. So if things go pear-shaped, we can boot into the previous boot environment. When the menu appears at the beginning, when you boot into FreeBSD, you can choose the boot environment if it doesn't boot in. Okay, so it's installed the kernel. So it's updated the kernel, obviously, from 13.2 to 13.3. So now we've installed the kernel, we need to reboot so that the kernel's loaded. And once that's done and we've rebooted in, then we can run the install procedure again to continue installing the rest of the system. So just as it says on the screen, let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot and we'll come back when it's done. Okay, we've rebooted, so let me go ahead and log back into it. So as you can see, we're now on 13.3 release dash patch level 1. So now we need to continue with the installation. So I'm going to go to root. I've not got sudo or doas or anything in there. And we're just going to do FreeBSD update and install again to continue installing the rest of the system. So again, it's creating a snapshot of the existing boot environment. Okay, so we're done at that. So now we can do, now we should be on, it should be good, yeah. So now we can do package update. I think they'll be the same. Yeah. Right, so that was how to go from 13.2 to 13.3, as I say, which is a minor upgrade, but there will be some system changes to files that you've changed. I'm going to go ahead and reboot this again because I always believe in doing a reboot after an upgrade. So Go ahead and redo it again. And that's it. We're upgraded. So it's a fairly easy process. So next is going to be to do a major upgrade. So to go from 13.2 or 13.3 to 14, or 14.1. There's no need to go to 14.0. You can go straight to 14.1. I'm just going to go to 14.0 to go through that process again, so you can see the upgrade process. So I'm going to do the upgrade to 14, which is the major upgrade. So you'll see that goes, which is going to be the same process as going to 14.1. And then we'll do the minor update from 14 to 14.1 again, just to get you used to using the FreeBSD update system. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let's get back to root. And we're going to do FreeBSD update upgrade but this time I want 14.0 dash release. I say normally I just do 14.1 and upgrade it straight from 13.2 to 14.1. I'm just doing this because this is what the video is about. So we're going to do FreeBSD update upgrade dash R 14.0 dash release being what we want to upgrade to. So as I say, there's no need to go from like 13, for example, to 13.1, then 13.2, then 13.3. You can literally just go from 13.0 up to 14.1 if you want. It does get harder the bigger that gap gets. So I did one recently from 9.3 up to 13.2, and that was a bit of a nightmare. So again, same process. Yep. I'm just going to go ahead and fetch the patches. It's my phone beeping. And again, it goes through the inspecting the system. So this is why I say you don't need to go from 13.0 to 13.1 to 13.2 to 13.3, then to 14, because it does a system inspection. So it knows what files it needs to download, so you can go from any version you want pretty much. You can see we've got 6,000 patches it needs to fetch. Okay, so again, master password couldn't be done, so we've got these less than signs that show the current version, and then where 14-point release ends. So up to the equals is where it changes, and then these are the 14 release changes. So I'm going to delete that line out, delete that line out, delete that line out, delete that line out. So obviously I'm not replacing the root, so it'll kind of merge the rest of the stuff. If you've got more users added that have changed, then you might have to edit the file a little bit. So now it's showing what we're going to update, and this is going to update straight to 14.0 patch level 6. So this is the kernel upgrade part, so just keep pressing the Q key there, so you can change the default editor. We're going to do FreeBSD update install, and again it'll create a boot environment, so if things go pear-shaped we can boot back in. So same process as we did with 13.2 to 13.3. Please reboot and run FreeBSD update again to finish installing updates. So we're going to reboot, it'll install the kernel, and then we can do update install again to finish installing the rest of the user land. So go ahead and reboot. That's us. As you can see, I'm doing this remotely. So let's go ahead, log back in, get up to root. That's the password. I did. Okay. So now if I do uname jar, you can see we're on 14 release P6. So don't forget, we need to finish installing the userland stuff. So we do FreeBSD update install. So you can see it's restarted the SSH daemon after it's done the upgrade, so we don't get locked out. So completing this upgrade requires removing old object files. Please rebuild all installed third-party software programs installed from the port tree, and then run FreeBSD update install again to finish installing the updates. And this is because this is the difference between just doing a minor update and a major upgrade. When you do the major update, you have to rebuild all the packages. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to do the package update commands a little bit different for this because they're using package static. So you're going to package static, and then upgrade -F. So just make a note, after you do a major update, so from 13 to 14, 12 to 13, use package static upgrade to upgrade the package command first. So the packages are different between them, so you can see now we're doing packages to upgrade 1, reinstalled 40. So we just use a package static command to reinstall the package manager. So now we've done the packages, we can go ahead and do the install. So you can see it's creating the boot environment to keep us out of trouble. And now we're done. So you can see we're on 14.0 release, and we're on patch level 6. So if we was on 14.0 release, patch level 2, 3, or 4, for example, and we just needed to do the security updates, you would literally just do, if 14.1 wasn't available, you just literally just do FreeBSD update fetch, and again I'll inspect the system for you. So we're on P6. Obviously the FreeBSD update process did that, but if it was on 2 or 3, stupid noise. So no update is needed to system 14.0 P6 because it was already on it, but if it was on P4 it would have took us to P6. So I'm just going to reboot once more, and then we'll do the upgrade from 14.0 to 14.1. Okay, so we should be good to log back in. Get on root. So we're on FreeBSD 14.0 release 6. So we're going to upgrade to 14.1. So this is just a minor upgrade, so it shouldn't be too much hassle. Now some people don't like VI, so I'm going to change the editor in this. What shell are we on? So how you change the editor is kind of up to you. But by default, it will be set to VI. So we'll install Nano. It seems to be a popular one people seem to like. And that'll be in user local bin. So now I can do editor equals user local bin Nano. So this changes. Depending on what shell you're using, but it's CSH, it's changed from, so set editor equals user local bin Nano. So if you're using CSH, C shell, and that'll do it. If you're using bash, not bash, the normal SH shell, then you'd have to do export editor equal and then whatever. So I might do a video on the different types of shells in FreeBSD. If you want me to, please let me know. Leave a comment below. So if we do echo editor, so we're on Nano. Okay. So I'm going to do FreeBSD update. This time I'm going to do upgrade -R 14.1 release. Now hopefully we won't have any problems here. This was literally only released yesterday. Same procedure as the previous 2 upgrades. Just confirm the components are installed. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the metadata. Inspect the system again to see which patches we need. So we've got 4,000 patches this time. I've applied the patches, so it's time to go and grab the files. Okay, so we're back here again. So some kernel stuff. binaries that are going to be updated. So we just do the FreeBSD update install to install them. Once again, it's created the boot environment so we can continue where we left off if something goes pear-shaped. Okay, so because there's a kernel update, we need to reboot and to get the new kernel installed before we continue upgrading. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot. It should be good to get back in. Yep, so okay. So check the kernel version, and we're on 14.1 release. So we need to carry on the installation process to now install the userland stuff. So we do FreeBSD update install, and it creates a boot environment again. So it is pretty safe trying to do this. So it's restarting the SSHD again after the upgrade. And that's it. So once again, I'm going to reboot just because I like rebooting and I don't like to have problems. Looking again. Again, and just to make sure we are fully up to date. It's kind of just the end of the video now. There's going to be no updates left. Obviously, we've just done it. So, FreeBSD update fetch just to keep on the same release. If you need to upgrade to any other release, then you have to use the FreeBSD update upgrade. Mine's R option. You can do package update to make sure your packages are up to date. Package upgrade, which are done. Now, when you do a package upgrade, things like that, it will say, here's a list of packages that are going to be removed, here's a list that are going to be installed, and here's upgraded, and here's a list that are going to be reinstalled. Now it'll scroll off the screen, and obviously I'm using the remoted into it, so I can just scroll up using the mouse. If you're doing this on bare metal, and you can't scroll up using the mouse, remember to use the scroll lock key. It's your friend. So that's us, fully up to date. We've literally gone from FreeBSD 13.2 to 13.3, and then to 14.0, which there was no need to. I was just demonstrating the upgrade process. We could have gone to 14.1, and it would have been the same thing. Now notice in the beginning we did, let me switch this over actually, because we'd pretty much done here. Yeah, so if you remember in the beginning, we did FreeBSD update, and then we did the FreeBSD update upgrade, tag R, and then to upgrade to 13.3. Then we ran the package update. Now when we did the so if you go from 13, if you're doing minor updates, say 13.2 to 13.3, we can just run package update. If you're doing major update, going from 13.2 to 14.1 or 13.3 to 14.0, any major update from a 12 to a 13, from a 13 to a 14, you'll notice we use the package static command. So use that to upgrade packages. Also, when it comes to editing system files, if like we copied the file from etc package FreeBSD conf over to user local etc package repos, which overrides a system file, if we had edited that file directly in the etc directory, that would have been another file that popped up when we was doing the upgrade, saying we can't merge this file because it's changed. So if you can do the override somewhere else, you're much better doing that. With the boot environments, if something goes wrong, you can always boot into a previous boot environment from the boot menu. If you don't know what boot environments are or how they work, check out one of the previous videos on how to FreeBSD, which specifically covers boot environments. I'm going to leave a link to our forums, which has got this video linked back to YouTube. But if you get any questions, ask them there, because it can be a bit daunting, and asking questions in YouTube comments is awkward for me to respond to, and it's awkward for other people to understand. If we have them on the forum, at least then we can go through them properly. So there is a full series of how to FreeBSD, so I'm going to leave some more videos linked around here, so feel free to check them out. If you are interested in FreeBSD, please subscribe. I do cover it as much as I can. Robo Nuggy also has a good channel on FreeBSD, and so does Gary H Tech. So watch one of these videos next, and I'll see you in the next video.